Bangladeshi travel couple here. Right now, we're in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We're leaving tonight, and I thought I'd do this video. We're not a YouTube blogger, but we wanted to do this video. Some of the information could help some people. We're visiting Argentina for 9 days, 8 nights. So basically, we came here in Buenos Aires. We spent a night in a hotel in Palermo. Palermo is one of the the bright neighborhood. Buenos Aires is a very big and wide city. There are many neighborhoods, but Palermo and Recoleta, they're the two main tourist place. A lot of people come here and stay here. Palermo has a lot of activities here. So we stayed here one night, and then we went to Iguazu. The Iguazu Falls, we spent 3 nights there in an Airbnb. 3 nights, how we explored that area. We stayed in the Airbnb and we talked to our host, and she actually managed to get a English-speaking driver, and his name was Omar, right?
Yes, Omar Fernandez.
Yeah, amazing gentleman, and he took care of us. Our trip couldn't be better without him, and I talked to him before I came here. She picked us from the airport, dropped us at the Airbnb, and the next day we planned to go to. And just so you know, the Iguazu Falls is at the border of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. So there is a bridge that connects Argentina to Brazil, and from Brazil to, but from Argentina there is no, the road or bridge. It goes to Uruguay. So there is a ferry. So we plan to do the ferry. It will take the ferry from Argentina to Paraguay. But the day that we were planning to go there, the ferry wasn't running. So we went through Brazil, so that means we had to go from Argentina to Brazil and exit Brazil and get into the Paraguay and came back, so we had to do too many immigrations. So Paraguay, I wouldn't say is a very exciting country probably, so they have a lot of problems, but there are a lot of shoppings, and we explored one of the small fall, it's called Monday Falls. But visiting Monday Falls was beautiful because not many people go there, so it falls is like a private to you. So we enjoyed the whole day, and there's the Paraguayan side. And when we went to Paraguay, we actually stopped in Brazil for a helicopter ride to see the Iguazu Falls from the air. And that is like a 12-15 minutes flight. It costs about $150 per person, but it's worth if people come in this region and do it. We wanted to see the Iguazu Falls in a 3 different ways, from the air and doing the hiking, and also from the boat. Hiking is not easy for everyone, I would say, but it is easy if you like walking. There's a lot of trail. You can up a trail, lower trail, you can do it. And one day we explored the Iguazu Falls from the Argentine side. We bought tickets before we came here, so we didn't have to wait in the line in the morning. And one of the tricks that I learned, that if you wanted to go to Iguazu Falls, you have to be there first thing in the morning before everybody shows up, because Iguazu Falls is a big area, but believe me, this place gets crowded. It's like a Disneyland. So once people start showing up, if you are there, it will be hard for you to find a place to take photos. So we went there early in the morning, and we also had a boat ride ticket bought on the internet. And we did that boat ride 11:30 in the morning. We went to the park at 8 in the morning. We did the lower trail and the upper trail, and it was beautiful. When we did the lower trail, it was pretty quiet, so we enjoyed it. By the time we went up to the upper trail, a lot of people showed up. So we walked, we watched, but we were not excited to take so many photos because there's so many people. But the Iguazu Falls is amazing. This is the world largest waterfall system, 270 falls, and it is beautiful. It is magnificent. This is #1 tourist destination in Argentina, and from the Brazilian side too. So if you come here, you should check out these falls from both Argentina and Brazilian side. So the reason I'm saying it, because this is important. If you wanted to do your itinerary, I think at least 2 or 3 nights will do the job to explore the area. But if you wanted to stay longer than that, that's up to you, right? How do you like that Iguazu Falls?
Iguazu Falls is wonderful, and I liked the lower hike, and I'm glad we did the lower hike first,
right?
Because there was not many people, and from the lower hike we could see the whole fall. And the most important thing, I think, is from the lower height you can see the viewpoint of the upper height. And when we were there in the morning, no people in the upper level, so you get the fall and the picture like totally natural, no people from the lower level. But in the afternoon, when we are again in the lower level, there are, if you want to take a picture, there are so many people in the upper level, so people comes with the falls. So I like, and thanks for planning that trip. So I like that combination. And yeah, Iguazu Falls, as you said, there is many people, because even though it is big, the viewpoints are limited. There are viewpoints, so people actually goes to the viewpoint, and the viewpoint gets very crowded very within very short amount of time. So it's better to do it in the early in the morning.
Yeah, that's the trick. Like, you know, if you go anywhere, you need to do a lot of research. You need to learn. Before I came here, I have watched so many YouTube videos, learned a lot, and I was planning to go there early in the morning, and it's worth. So after Iguazu Falls, you know, we came back to Buenos Aires. It's a beautiful, vibrant city, and before I came here, I was a little bit of a scared, because so many people, so many YouTubers talked about safety and things like people will steal your phone, they'll take your phone away. I actually put a hand, what do you call the wristband to keep my phone, so when I'm doing the video on the street, nobody can actually take my phone. But walking through the street, nowhere we feel that way. It is very safe. The Uber works here, which is one of the best thing. Public transportation is pretty cool, you know. And one of the things I want to talk about Argentina, which is, if you look into the YouTube, a lot of people are talking about it, is the currency. The currency is fluctuating a lot. There's a lot of inflation, a lot of history going on, you know, the politics and all sorts of things. So if you bring US dollar, that's the best way to go. But when you bring US dollar, the dollar has to be the brand new. You cannot have a folded dollar, because they're not going to accept it when you try to exchange it. So they call it like a government rate, exchange rate, which is very low. But there is a up in the black market, which is, it is black market, but it is out in the open. It's open secret. People actually exchange money on the street, different places. It's called the blue dollar rate, which is, it gives you a higher rate. There's another way of doing it, that you can actually transfer money to your name using Western Union, which I actually send some money through Western Union to my name. So I actually received that money when I'm here, and they gave us a very good rate. But by the time we came here, I realized that if I would use my credit card, the credit card rate is actually not to the government rate, which is low, not to the the blue dollar rate, which is high, but somewhere in the middle, and it's very reasonable. So I ended up using the credit card for every purposes. But even though I had to exchange some money, Western Union, as I said, like I made some changes, which is worth doing it, and I also had some cash, so I just walked into the Western Union, whatever exchange rate they gave us, which is like a little bit of difference. But it was okay for me instead of doing this business on the street. This city, it's amazing. Walking through the city, it's like there's a lot of restaurants. The food is awesome. One of the most important thing I must say, that when we came here, usually this is not a English-speaking country. Very few people speak English. So even if you go to the restaurant, most of the restaurant doesn't have English menu. So I use my phone. We use our phone. But when we walk through the street, we feel good that, hey, if we have a local friend. So before I came here, I actually contacted some of the folks here, and Lucia, she was our friend here for a few days. Amazing person. She's she came out from her college, started her job. Very smart, very friendly, outgoing, and we loved her. And she has spent 3 days with us, and it took us to the places which we wouldn't be able to figure it out by ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
And Charmin, she loved her,
Yes, Lucia was wonderful. She was very accommodating, welcoming, and she wanted to show us her city. She did not take it just a job as a tour guide. We felt that we know her for a long time, and she was very spontaneous, and she really wanted to offer every best possible thing of her city, and she understood us very well. She knew like what we want, what is our type, where do we want to go. So she arranged the going around the way, and we are able to experience. Actually, it was good for me that we are able to experience some local food, because I always like to eat some kind of local food, not going to the fancy restaurant or like American or any other restaurant, just local food. So she helped us. So we had very good quality empanadas for beef, chicken, vegetable, and also humita. And we had Argentinian pizza, we had cheese ball, and we had mate with her. A lot of local dishes we experienced, and I forgot the name of the other one.
Yeah, but Argentina is very big for meat. If you are like 100% vegetarian, it will be hard for you to enjoy food here. Of course, you're gonna find some vegetarian food here, but everything is meat, and they love meat, and it's one of the top country that you can enjoy, different kind of meat, including steaks and things like that. We're not a foodie people, but we loved food. Every meal that we had, it was amazing. And the most important thing is, like in Argentina, this is the Spanish colony, but like most of the people here are the descendants from Italians and Spanish. And the culture here is, we find it like a very, very friendly. It's a very open society, very acceptable, and they're outgoing, and we actually loved it in the culture-wise. The thing is, now before we came here, this city, our people exceeded all of our expectation, and we loved it, and we don't see it in many other places. So Argentina is beautiful, at least this part of the Argentina, Buenos Aires. And we tried mate because Lucia, she gave us this experience, so we enjoyed mate here too. So again, we are staying in an Airbnb in Buenos Aires, which is I recommend people to try Airbnb over hotel. It depends on your priority and preferences, but we love Airbnb because right now we are sitting in an Airbnb in the middle of the city in Palermo. It's called Palermo Soho. This is like a triplex, and we have a living on the lower floor. The bedroom is upper floor, and there is a terrace above us, and there's like a 2 balcony, 2 bathroom, and to be honest, like this is in average like $100 a night. You are not gonna get this deal anywhere else. So things are cheap if you wanted to manage that way, but this is like this Airbnb is I'm talking about. This is not a cheap Airbnb. So if you wanted to spend like a $20, you'll find a place to stay very nice and clean. But for $100 in Palermo, which is the heart of the city, and it is amazing how nice, clean, and spotless this place is. Come and enjoy this country. People are so nice. The big part that I missed, which is, I'm sorry, one of the thing is, when you come to Argentina, and if you do not know what football calls, then you shouldn't come to Argentina. This football is not American football. They call it soccer, but this is football. I grew up with these things. Maradona is my the childhood hero. So everywhere I went, I tried to get a little touch with anything available with Maradona. We went to Boca Juniors Stadium, explored the museum, a lot of history, a lot of things to learn and see, and we talked to the local people. One of the things is entire Argentina, they know about Bangladesh, because everybody knows Bangladesh, because during the World Cup, their media covers a lot of stories about Bangladesh, that how crazy or how much people admire or loves the Argentine footballs, and we all know that. So anywhere we went, we always said that we are Bangladeshi, and we are very, very welcome, and they loved us. And they know this, and Messi, Maradona, football, this is life here. So we're gonna leave today, and I think it was a very, very good trip, and we recommend everybody. If you love travel, give it a try. Come to Argentina.